Hey guys, my name's James.
My name's Corwin.
And welcome to this beautiful podcast, This Movie's Gay. I know I said this podcast, and oh boy, does it boil my little bunions. It sure does. Paul Bunyan. You know, with a big ass babe. He's a freaking giant ox and he's blue.
That's not Paul Bunyan?
Yeah, Babe the Ox.
Oh, Babe the Ox. I thought you said Paul Bunyan was a giant blue ox.
I said, and then I said, Babe, he's a freaking
Can you turn
blue
up my
ox.
headphones? I can't hear
Oh, you can't hear me? What about now, Corwin?
That's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, Corwin. Hey, guys, I just cut Corwin's mic. It's all me all hour.
He turned me nothing. He did nothing except turn my headphones up a little bit, I'm guessing. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, nope, it's gone again. Yeah.
No,
it was.
You have to keep talking.
It was there. And
yeah,
then
I was joking.
Okay, now
okay, guys, this is what I
Good.
did. I cranked them up
cranked
all the way.
All the way, and then I was like, whoa!
In a sense that I was like, oh, it's going to be funny. Corwin's going to be like, oh, that's too loud. But no, he was like, that's perfect. Corwin, guys, he's a robot who can't hear.
I can't hear. I sometimes have auditory processing issues.
His recording devices aren't good.
My recording devices are great. I'll find you in the robot war, James.
No, you just said you couldn't. You needed it cranked all the way. Guys, speaking of cranked, that's what we watched. We watched Crank 2 today.
We did not watch Crank 2. We watched Princess Sid from 2017.
And we have so much to talk about, Corwin. First,
James has a lot of notes, even though this was a good movie. He had a lot of notes.
It is.
I'm surprised. I'm proud of him.
I want to come off the bat. It's not movie related, but it's a grand day because for 6 years, my previous relationship, the one before Nicole, was 6 years ago.
Okay.
And I've had a promise ring that I have put up on eBay and Craigslist for the past 6 years. And it finally sold.
Why wouldn't you just throw it away?
Because I could get like $300 out of it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a long time to go without selling that ring. I'd have given up.
I was, and then I
cut
tried
my losses.
I tried going, I was like, fuck it, I'll just go to a pawn shop. It's like a $340 ring. They'll be like, oh, we'll give you $120 for it.
$10.
They offered me $34. And I was like, absolutely not.
$10. James, here's $10.
I said, fuck that, but I just was on Yahoo checking my email, and all of a sudden it said, you got a sale, which it happened earlier in the year. But they immediately canceled the offer. And I was like, fucking goddamn it. Because for real, 6 years I've been putting this on Craigslist and eBay. And it finally sold.
Well, congratulations. Ooh. That's a milestone. Selling a ring after 6 years.
Yeah, guys.
Good job.
I got some good De Niro out of it. I can eat again. I'm kidding. I still can eat. But it's going in the savings, not touching it. Even though I'm living off from savings.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Also, Corwin, so when the movie ended, we were watching it on Netflix.
Yeah.
And an ad for the Invader Zim movie came up. And you said, ooh, that movie's gay. The Rocko's Modern Life movie. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. One, it's a flawless movie. It's so funny. It's so good. And then there's a prominent trans character.
Yeah.
It's good. Did you watch it?
I have not.
I want to watch things so many times to make sure Hollywood knows what we want. Corwin's a friggin' liar, guys.
I mean,
it just came out, so it's totally fine.
It just came out.
It's only 45 minutes,
and I didn't know that it was a movie.
Yeah, it's only 45 minutes. It's a TV special.
I was like, that's not really a movie.
It's good, guys. Go check it out. I almost cried.
Good.
Because the dad accepted his daughter. And then Nicole didn't cry. And I was like, oh, that's because Nicole doesn't believe fathers accepting their children is a real thing that happens.
Oh.
That's not even a joke. That's really what Nicole thinks.
That's just
We watched
life.
Into the Spider-Verse. And that scene where Miles' dad is on the other side of the room and is just like, I just want you to know that regardless of what's going on, regardless of what's happening, I'm here for you. And Nicole, people are like crying, and we've talked about it amongst friends. And they've said, oh man, I cried at that part. And she's like, man, that was the most unrealistic thing in that movie. Multi-dimensions. I'm on board for that. A father accepting their son? God, no.
I feel like I watched something recently that had a father accepting their son, and I was like, oh. I feel like that's a thing that happened recently. I don't know.
Nicole would have just shut it off.
I can't remember. So that's how much of an impact it had on me, I guess.
But Corwin, what are we watching today?
We watched Princess Sid, and I gave a rundown on the last movie, so I'm going to shoot it off to you, James.
Guys.
Like we're newscasters. Off to you, James, on location.
Do you want to watch a movie that finally gets female sexuality right? That's a review of this movie I read before we watched it. That I just read the headline, and it said, finally, a movie that gets female sexuality right. And I don't know who wrote the article. It's just something I saw.
I feel like they did a really good job showcasing Sid in her sexuality as being, I'm into everything. She was into everything.
However, there was so much, just make all of the people she is going to smooch the same age as her. Because the female character in here, Kate,
yeah.
we know they are at least 18.
They're 18.
Possibly 19. Because
no, they said they were 18.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. I mean, it's still a little weird, yeah, because Sid is 16 and then Katie's 18. I have no idea how old the dude was.
I would think either 18 or around that age because he's hanging out with his moms having to go to these places. And that seems more like, hey, I'm still in high school. My mom is making me
maybe
go.
16, 17 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was a little weird. I will agree with that.
But guys, this is a slice of life movie. There's nothing fantastical or fantasy about it. Except people are believing in religion, and that's weird. That's a quote from the movie. A paraphrasing.
So the reason I picked this movie is because it's from a local Chicago filmmaker.
Yeah.
And there are places in Chicago that we see in there. And there are people that I know in Chicago that are in this movie. At least one person.
And
so
they're filming in the area in which I live.
Yeah. So James is like, where is this? I'm like, it's probably down the street from you,
and
James.
It is.
That
or
happened.
Maybe it's not. Don't try and get an idea of where I live. Even though you can piece it together if you listen to all the podcasts I record.
Is that like the new Da Vinci Code? Like, gotta piece together where James lives by listening to all these clues in all these podcasts. Well, now you have 40 episodes of this movie's game.
Oh, no, it's also What the Hellmouth and Mostly Speaking. Corwin.
That's hundreds.
Corwin, yes, this is true, but it's also a way to get people to listen to back catalog.
I mean, I just have goals.
If someone, by what I've said on podcasts, can DM me within 4 blocks of where I live, do not post it on main Twitter. I will send you merch for free.
Oh my God, you're setting a challenge out.
Yeah.
Or just message James and be like, hey, yo, I want to hire you. And then James will be like, all right, that's what would happen, right?
Why would they
hire you to do some audio producing?
No, I want people to listen to past episodes.
Oh, well, or hire you. Give you money.
Guys, listen to past episodes of all my other podcasts. That's what we need, Corwin. We need listeners.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, guys.
But you can tell your friends what this movie's about if James ever tells us.
Okay, so this girl, it starts out with a 911 call, and is this?
Oh, yikes!
This is almost ripping off, guys. My notebook pages.
Yikes to both the notebook page and the 911 call.
And they're like, "Oh, there's bodies on the scene. The bodies hit the friggin' floor." Come to find out, it's a mother and a son. It was a murder-suicide, which something, that kind of same thing happened down the street from me in a house that I used to hang out all the time in. It was a huge house, too, back in the woods. The Hacker-Schiller resident, I'll say, but it's no long. They were not involved in this. They had long moved. And then this father-son, they got into an argument when the wife wasn't there and murder-suicided. That house might be haunted now.
All right, back to the synopsis of this slice of life movie.
And flash forward 9 years? No. 9
years, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 9 years, guys. I have a memory.
No.
Yeah, 9 years.
It was
Yeah,
9
because
years,
she was
but
7.
she was 8. But then later she's 16, so I guess she's about to turn 17.
It was 9 years, guys.
It said 9 years on the
Yes,
flashback,
that's
I think. The
yes.
flash forward.
I have a memory. Let's make a memory. Roy Orbison.
Oh my God, just get on with the story.
And she goes to Chicago because she's living in SoCal, or SoCar as they like to call it.
Is
South
she?
Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah, SoCar. SoCare, I should say.
You said SoCal. I was
Yeah, I
like,
know.
she's not.
I know,
at
man.
all.
She's a SoCar surfer dude. And she goes to Chicago, like we said, the area in
visit her
which I
aunt.
live in. Not going to tell you on this episode any details of where I live, because then they could just DM me and I'd have to send them free merch. If Corwin says anything, I will bleep it out on this
I will not be
episode.
saying anything about where you live.
So we're just friggin' watching this movie, and she then meets some people. There's this person who works at a coffee shop, and they have a fling together, and they might be in love. We don't know. It faded to black. That's the movie.
You should at least say.
Oh, she's with her aunt, and her aunt's a famous, somewhat writer.
Well, yes, synopsis great. I was ignoring that part, and I was gonna say you should at least give the criteria that they can't already know where you live via being listeners and already knowing who you are.
Oh, yeah. Why would my friends want me to send them free merch?
Free merch is free merch, James.
They probably already have the free merch because my CDs don't sell, so I just give them free CDs.
That's true.
Hey guys, guess what? I'm an unsuccessful rapper. 13 years going not strong.
If you're listening to this and you find out where James live, he can give you stickers.
Oh yeah, this
you can get
movie
stickers
gay
for this
stickers.
movie gay. This movie's gay. This movie gay.
This movie gay, guys. This gay movie gay.
This gay.
Hey Corwin, listen to this.
I hate that. Why
No,
did you do
don't.
that? That was awful.
Were you on the Quarter Eaters last night watching me play
I was
video
busy
games
last night.
Oh, so busy with what? Friends?
I don't remember.
Guys, Corwin was black-faced, shit-faced drunk. Oh, wait. No. Corwin was shit-faced drunk. You were not black-faced shit. I meant to say blackout
Jesus
drunk.
Christ, James.
I am apologizing for that.
Oh my God.
One of those who knows if I'll edit that out.
You should. So the aunt is a famous author, like famous. She's recognized in a restaurant. That's her level of fame. And her niece, who I guess she's never had a conversation with in her life.
Oh, yeah.
Like, not a single goddamn conversation.
She had not seen her since the funeral, which would mean...
Yeah, 9 years.
It's
like
a
her whole
completely
life.
different person.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy to me just because, I mean, I have a huge family, and I guess I don't talk to the extended aunts and uncles and all that, but I hear from my aunts and uncles like all the time.
I do not. So I'm on the same page. I mean, I see them probably once every other year.
That's still once every other year, but
Yeah.
like growing up before I turned 18, I saw them all the time.
Actually, since I've moved to Chicago, there's probably a few that I haven't seen since I moved. Or also like my Uncle Monty, he's kind of always been not the outcast, but he's always not lived in the same city that we've lived in. So
Yeah.
it's been harder to hang out with him.
I do have a lot of family members since I've moved to Chicago where I haven't seen them much, but that's just because I rarely go home, for finances and also time taking off of work and things. Is
Yeah, and
difficult.
also, we don't want to see you, family. Deal with it. You want to know what's more important? Not leaving my apartment because I've honestly am developing a serious case of agoraphobia. Not serious, but...
James, speaking of that, James mentioned, why don't I ever get invited to parties like that? He's talking about the street party they had.
I would like to rephrase this.
And they're cooking meat on the street and playing jumpin' jacks and... no, that's hopscotch. Playing hopscotch and all these things. And James just goes, why don't I ever get invited to parties like that? And I'm like, James, because I just assume you don't leave your house.
Okay. I would like to
Agoraphobia.
say that, one, I was joking because this is all family.
And street meat.
And also don't say street or
Street meat.
no, street meat is sometimes a term used for sex workers.
What?
Yeah.
Oh God, I've never heard of that.
I mean, at least on porn sites it is.
Jesus.
Yeah, guys.
Well, I'm talking about like people actually cooking like burgers and hot dogs and things in the street on a grill.
And if I were being serious, all I was saying is parties that have a lot of food in them, because I just really want to eat food. Are we still recording well? Because I think I was making a beat today, so my ears are kind of shot. So it sounds like it's phasing in and out, but everything's looking good on there. So,
yeah, you look loud. I look okay.
All right, guys. Where were we? We were talking about that party.
Yeah.
Was that just where we were?
Yeah.
Okay,
I was
guys.
just talking about James saying, why doesn't he get invited to this party when there is nothing there that I've ever heard James in the past to be like, this is what I want to go and do.
Yeah, I mean, I was joking. I know why I'm not invited to parties that are predominantly parents with their children. I got that vasectomy, bro. I was doing a thing with the quarter eaters last night, and one of them brought up that I have a vasectomy, and I've only met him once, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing that I talk about.
You talk about it all the time.
It also came up back in the day on podcasts. That was one of my go-tos, that embodied dysmorphia.
Yeah. So there was that party. There was also the soiree that she throws once a month.
Twice
a month. Oh, I could see once a month. Twice a month. That's a lot. That's a lot of work.
Which I do have that star. Do you ever go to any of these nerd parties for storytelling?
I feel like I have been to one before. It's not something that I regularly go to though.
Oh, whoa, Nicole's texting.
It was a while ago.
We got to check what Nicole's saying. She says, yes, I just got on the train. Oh, my ear. I hope that's not these headphones that are fucking up.
James, you're fine.
I just want to, oh wait, I might not have screwed that in all the way. I don't know.
You good now?
Let me just, you keep talking and I'm going to turn this up.
Okay, so yes, the soiree, it was a nerd party. It sounds like something that's fun to do. I would enjoy doing that, going to a nerd party and having people read. But the specific thing in that scene that I wrote down is that I know someone in that scene, and it's Jerry Dye. He's a wonderful, beautiful, writer of different things. He was part of the theater company that I interned for a second in Memphis. And he just does some beautiful work. And I think he writes operas now. It's beautiful.
Whoa.
And I saw him in this, and I just hung out with the person who basically introduced us this last weekend, introduced me to Jerry, and then I just saw him on this randomly. So that was fun.
Is it random if it's fate?
Are you trying to say some shit they were saying in that party? But right after the party, they were cleaning up, and Sid dropped some all-time rudeness on her aunt.
Oh, yeah.
And her aunt, instead of blowing up or anything like that, was just like, let's have a talk. And just goes on a thing about joy in life and stuff. And it's actually a really beautiful moment. But I was like, oof, this is
Guys, I'm going to be honest.
awkward.
If you're not just plowing so much sex, smoking the dankest herb, or getting goddamn trashed every night, you're not having a joyful life.
That's basically what Sid said. Sid was like, you might not eat as much cake if you had sex every once in a while. And the aunt was like, oh. And then Sid was like, ooh, that came out nastier than I thought it would. Sorry. And then immediately there's an issue with Sid's new love interest girl, Katie, which was very awkward to also witness. But it was a beautiful slice of life movie,
But
showing that crazy shit happens, y'all.
And we need to talk about that because
We do.
Sid. So Katie had this. Her brother was her roommate, and then her brother has a friend named whatever the fuck his name is, and he had started living there because he lost his apartment.
Yeah.
And during an altercation, he was being very rapey.
Yeah, so while Sid was at the soiree and everyone's reading these beautiful things. We see flashovers into Katie sitting in her room, and then this other guy getting really drunk and then walking in, and she being like, get out. And he just kind of stays and drinks more. And then it just cuts away for a long time, and we're like, what the fuck happened? And then it finally shows back up with Katie texting Sid, help. And then Sid being immediately after Sid and Meredith. Was it Meredith? What was the aunt's name?
Ruth.
Something Ruth.
Yeah.
Whatever her calling her aunt. And then
we can just say the aunt.
Yeah, the aunt. And then they go over to Katie's apartment and they can't ring the bell. So they walk up after Katie texts them. And we just see the guy passed out on the couch in his underwear with a broken nose, I guess.
No, maybe not broken. It would have been bleeding a lot more, but a hit nose.
A hit nose,
and
yeah.
he was passed out.
Just passed out.
And then
drunk.
What's her name? Sid.
Sid?
Of course, that's in the title.
Oh my God.
Sid is looking at him and he kind of like chokes up on his like snoring. And then Sid walks up and puts her hands around his throat and starts choking him out
And
with
the
an
aunt pulls her
intent.
off. I mean, we don't know what he did. They didn't go into it at all. It was crazy.
It's still crazy to just immediately jump to, but it was weird because there was never any indication that Sid is someone who would do that. So it was just bonkers.
I don't know. It was crazy, y'all. This was a good movie.
It was.
That part was real weird, but it also, I guess, showcases some of the casual violence in society. I don't know. I'm trying to attribute meaning to what I've just seen.
Hey, guys,
don't know.
I don't know, but
Whatever you think, text it to us, send it to us.
Yeah, at This Movie's Gay on Instagram and Twitter. So when we start getting cooking in this, Katie is staying with Sid. Commit that to memory, James.
After that, yeah.
Sid,
This is like
Sid,
over halfway
Sid.
through the movie.
Yeah. They had just went to the beach for the entire day. They're about to take a shower separately. And Katie goes up behind Sid and kisses Sid on the back.
Yes.
And then kind of pulls away. And then Katie's like, oh no, I did something wrong. But Sid pulled away to close the door. And then does the biggest power move I had ever seen. They both have bikinis on. Sid just takes bottoms off first.
Bottoms off first.
Guys, let us know.
This is after having a conversation with her aunt about, I think I want to have sex with Katie. And then almost having sex with the neighbor boy. Oh man, that's gonna make a noise.
Oh no, it'll be fine.
But having sex with the neighbor boy. Yeah.
I want to know, guys, if you try this out there, bottoms first on a first date. Of course, this can't be, you've been married for 10 years. Because that's, was that me or you, man? Yours is vibrating hardcore quick draw McGraw. We're all over the place today, guys.
We are. This is our second recording within a week.
Within 48 hours.
Yeah. And then also I have had a lot of anxiety lately.
Oh, you got to get that CBD.
I'm not telling anyone about anything. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, because it would give away where I live. No, I'm kidding. The joke is your anxiety is having to do with my address, but it's not. Corwin's too anxious. How?
Oh my!
You want to know what? That's really fucked up. Like super fucked up that someone programming a robot gives them anxiety. What the fuck is this world coming to?
This is it.
Okay. We had some controversy during this, and this is a poll. I want everyone to let us know. We can use hashtag Panini Press. When you are grilling a sandwich in a pan, not like on a press, not anything like that. Of course, a press is going to press it. But if you're grilling a sandwich of any kind on a pan, on a stove, or maybe a grill, we don't know what you're up to. Do you press it with the spatula or do you just let it be Beatles style?
Depends on what kind of sandwich I want. There are some sandwiches you press, some sandwiches you don't press.
But then, you have the butter on it. Also, those looked like dry as fuck sandwiches. I don't know what they were making, but they looked hella dry. You're messing up the butter configuration when you press it because then it gets on the spatula.
Well, normally what I would do is actually start both sides being in the pan first to get that butter sort of crisp. And
Wait,
then
what do you mean?
So I would put both pieces of bread in the pan, butter sides down, to start them off
What
being toasted.
big-ass pans are you using?
A normal-sized pan.
Normal-sized pans,
James.
one size of bread.
Oh my God. I'm using a pan that obviously fits at least 2 slices of bread.
I see what we're talking. Corwin's eating sliders. Okay.
Oh my God.
Little hamburgers.
Well, 2 pieces of bread. I toast them at the same time and then put my ingredients on, and then I would stick the other piece of bread on top. And if I want more of a crispy sandwich and less of a tall sandwich, like I'm gonna push it down. I'm gonna press.
I just eat Dagwood sandwiches, guys.
I don't know what that is. But
It's-
also, if you're making
it's a-
smash burgers, it's in the name.
What is a smash burger?
A smash burger is a burger that you make that you take a piece of ground beef. You don't really put anything in it or on it. You just take a chunk of ground beef, put it in the pan, and then you smash it with the spatula.
Well, yeah, that may.
Smash. It's a sandwich.
But that's just how you make the burger.
Yeah.
But it's just saying, hey guys, I'm going to flatten a burger.
Well, you said whenever we were watching the movie, no smashing, you specifically said someone said not to smash the meat. I'm like,
Oh, no,
you smash the meat during a smash burger?
No, I was just talking of if you're grilling a sandwich, not a burger patty.
I mean, if you're using a panini press, it's gonna smash it.
No, oh
So
my
why
God,
would
I
you-
said
I know
in a
grilling,
pan.
But if you don't have a panini press, you can smash it. They actually make things that you can use to smash burgers and sandwiches and things with in a grill pan.
Okay, we're not I'm talking like you have a pan and a spatula. That is it.
Well, sometimes I like my sandwiches to be smashed.
I have a friend who has a song that goes smash, smash, smash the pussy.
Yikes.
Yeah, guys. Listen to Low C's song "Smash the Pussy" or that or dat. I don't know, guys. It's on 149. R.I.P.
I don't even know. Oh, Ants is in Chicago. I was like, Austin, Chicago? What the fuck did I write? Yeah.
Corwin. This is what I want to do. I want to try and find all the locations used in this film. The house. We know one of them. We found the address. It was on there. And I think that German place is one of the... There are many German places around me, so it doesn't narrow it down. But I think I know of 2 that this could be.
Well, if you're excited about that, so one of the reasons that I chose this film is because it's a local Chicago-based filmmaker, Stephen Cohn, and he has a couple other movies that have their slice of life movies just like this. The one that he did, I haven't seen this one. I've seen the other ones. So he did one called Wise Kids that is a little weird, but it's like, it has sort of themes of being gay in the South, that kind of thing. And then Henry Gamble's Birthday Party sort of has being gay with religion and things like that. So this sort of, it kind of went along the same sort of path, I guess. We had faith and religion talks in the movie, but then we also had Sid and her, I guess, pansexuality.
I was thinking Wise Kids was going to be the movie Kids by Harmony Korine, but they're wizards instead of just piece of shit New York kids.
Can we write that movie? Thanks.
Yeah, guys, let's do it. Because wizards need wisdom and
Yeah, I got it.
They need intelligence and wisdom, guys.
Wisdom.
Depends on or charisma if you're a sorcerer.
Yes.
They roll
All
with
right.
charisma and for their
I understand. I've played Neverwinter.
Well, what's Neverwinter? Please don't explain. I don't think we have time.
So, yeah, that he has a lot of the slice of life movies. I think this one is his best one, honestly. It was really good.
Yeah, guys, I loved it.
I enjoyed it. And Henry Gamble's Birthday Party is also in Chicago, so you would also you should watch that
Let's
one.
watch it. Wait,
we'll
is
watch
it not?
eventually? It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It falls in the parameters of what our podcast is. And guys, for the love of God, don't bring a minor into your apartment that you share with other people. It's not good for anyone. I don't even care if it's your younger sibling. I don't want them in
you're
there.
You're talking about Katie bringing Sid into her part. Yeah, that was weird.
Because it's a
and
shared
then they
apartment.
slow danced on the roof to be in a movie.
Oh my God. I wish I could be in a movie slow dancing with Nicole.
In the background on a roof.
And giggling like like a bunch of people who giggle.
And acting like you're in love.
But guess what they were?
Aww.
It's love at first
I guess.
sight.
I don't know. We don't know what happened to Katie after the flash forward. When her aunt, I do want to mention that the aunt calls Sid after Sid's back in wherever,
South Carolina
for a while, I guess. And the aunt's just like, I miss you. And then she tells Sid that she loves her. And then Sid just sort of like cracks up, is like, ugh. And then you just see her face. She's like shocked, but also like emotional. And then she just goes, I love you too. This is great. Beautiful. Love that.
Do you have a good relationship with your aunt?
I have a lot of aunts. You'd have to be very specific.
I mean, an aunt?
An aunt? Yes. I love some of my aunts.
I think I have a good relationship with one aunt.
I don't have a relationship like that where they are like Sid. They didn't really know each other, I guess. And then they hung out, and the aunt is very super duper chill, I guess.
Oh, insanely.
Like, insanely chill.
Like, would you talk sex with your aunt? Would you ask your aunt, hey, you fucking
Absolutely
lately?
Not. I even have an aunt that is 2 years younger than me.
Whoa.
I would also not talk about sex with her.
Yeah, I don't like talking. The only person I talk sex with extremely vaguely and mostly in the past is TC on a podcast we do.
TC also talks about sex in the group chat, and it's just a thing. It's fine.
TC's obsessed with sex. They'll admit it. Can I say something you wanted for some reason me to save for the pod that I have?
Yeah, sure.
They were showing each other's feet, and they were like, oh, I have such bad toes. Well, look at mine. And I just said, I have web toes.
Web toes?
2 toes on both of my feet are webbed.
Is that why you got the name Marshland Monster?
No, it's not. But as a kid, I always thought about just like taking a razor and like cutting them, and then I'd be like, oh, my feet are apart. No, but I wouldn't really do that because blood would come out, I guess.
I feel like I feel like those are like intrusive thoughts that you're just like,
oh no,
well, that wants to happen, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
Stop
it is
thinking that.
I also used to, have I talked about this? I used to always think that since I've had back pain since maybe 2nd grade.
Yeah.
And they've never been able to figure out what it is. I've had MRIs, CAT scans, all of this. So it gets to the point, especially when you're playing a lot of like JRPGs, that I just started thinking, man, what if I have like angel wings, but they just haven't sprouted yet?
Why they gotta be angel?
Because I was playing a lot of Final Fantasy VIII. And Renoir, which is, I guess, how you pronounce her name, Renoir.
I always said Renoa.
Me too.
Renoa. It's Renoa on this podcast.
Yeah, thank God you said that too. I was expecting you to be a Renoir.
We've already talked about it. I think I said Tifa.
I said Tifa.
Tifa? What is the real one? Is it Tifa?
I think it's Tifa.
Yeah, we always said Tifa.
I thought it was Tiffany.
From Tiffany, I'm like Tifa.
Oh, yeah.
So, and also because I grew up Southern and I had an accent, and Tifa is just what came out.
Core one of them guys is like, oh yeah, all that with Tifa and Cloud Strife. I'm saying that they're gonna go down there in the chipper.
I am not Colonel Sanders from Kentucky.
No, I'm Foghorn Leghorn.
That's also Colonel Sanders from Kentucky.
I think Foghorn Leghorn came before Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders from Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That's CFK. Nope, KFC. I forgot that is the name of the
BICTH.
Wait, BITCH. Why'd you just call me a bitch? Or were you just spelling that word? Is this a reference?
It's a reference to a meme. There's a lady that misspells bitch, and she just goes BICTH.
Okay.
Beautiful. It was on the brain.
We saw a gif of a dog who was buried in sand, but like so that it was facing up with its paws in the air, like it's laying on its back, and then their owner just gave them a slice of pizza and they held it with their little paws and ate the entire slice.
That's cute.
Yeah, and it was a puppy too. It was adorable.
Why didn't you put it in the group chat?
I don't know, because you guys are just talking about jars going in anuses lately.
I was not involved with that conversation for the most part.
For the most part.
No, this last one I got tagged, and I did answer the tag because,
You gots to.
I gots to.
You'll just
Otherwise,
seem like you're being a little catty bitch.
yeah, and that's how my anxiety manifests. So I'm just like, all right, I will respond to this appropriately. So I just threw a GIF in there.
And you spell that KTAIBICTH. Catty bitch.
Great.
I purposefully spelled all of that incorrectly.
I didn't know where you were going with that, but I'm glad
I
you
was
went.
referencing the meme.
You went on a journey. I love that journey for you. If anyone understands that reference, please at me. Thank
Okay,
you.
Corwin, I said this. Don't thank someone for them giving you a LaCroix. There's no reason to thank someone for that.
That was another thing that I said. Write it down, James.
It's just, it's on point of like, hey, I'm giving you actually less than the bare minimum. I would rather just have a cup of water.
I want you to suffer.
Yes, it's like, hey, I want you to have something to drink, but I want it to be an inconvenience to you. It's insane that people have a palate for LaCroix.
I've had people offer me LaCroix, and usually I vehemently say no.
What were they called? Those little. So if someone gave me a LaCroix, and those little like squirt bottles that like it boosts flavor in.
Yeah, like the little Kool-Aid things.
Yeah, how pissed would someone be if I just like poured out the LaCroix, then squirted some of that in there?
Why would you pour the LaCroix out? If you squirted some of it in there, then you'd have a grape soda.
Well, no. I'm saying I pour the LaCroix into a cup.
Oh, okay.
And then because then I'd have to drink some of the LaCroix to get it down a little in order to put some of the. They have a specific name for like the name
Mio?
brand. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't need to drink it because a can of LaCroix is very small, and you would only need like 3 drops of Mio.
Well,
But
I need to swish it around.
The carbonation does it for you.
Oh, guys.
And I say this because I have taken LaCroix and I have squirted Mio.
We should try this and
I've
see if
literally
it makes
done
it
that.
good. Wait, you have done this?
Yes, it is.
It doesn't. What makes LaCroix taste so weird?
And it's weird because I have drank bubbly, which is Coca-Cola's LaCroix, I guess. But bubbly is good. It's the same thing. It's carbonated water with like fruit flavoring.
But no sugar whatsoever?
Yeah, no sugar.
It's so...
But that one, I'm like, yes, I would drink this. Particularly like the lime one or something like that. But a LaCroix, I'm like, nah, get that shit away from me.
It's bizarre that... Because especially working at Burger King, you have to like check the just club soda.
Yeah.
And it's so weird that, hey, water tastes good. Carbonation, don't know how it tastes, but it tastes like shit when it's in water and there's nothing else. How is pop tasting good if it starts out?
Because it has a ton of sugar in it.
Guys, you got to get some sugar. I love a Diet Cola, but LaCroix, no thank you. I should try that though. I'm going to be in a cabin for a while, so I'll live that cab life. LaCroix with some Mio. I'll get the Kool-Aid kind though.
Yeah, they've got a bunch of them now. But yeah, I like the other LaCroix-esque things. LaCroix itself, though, it hurts you.
It's not salty tasting, but that's the closest thing I can think of.
It sounds like someone was angry with the world, and then they gave the world LaCroix. What I think.
And what I think of is, when you're in a walk-in freezer and you see the cooling unit. If you were to lick that cooling unit. That's what I think LaCroix would taste like.
I think that would taste better.
Ooh. And also a clean one. I'm not saying LaCroix tastes like dirty metal. No, it's a clean one. It's defrosted. There's no frost on it.
Your first sip of it just immediately like bubbles all in your mouth and it's just there. Ugh. And it's invasive and I hate it.
It's also something that I always think, it tastes like pomegranate. I love pomegranate. I don't know if that is a flavor, but the flavors always seem like, this is going to taste amazing. Of course it will. And it doesn't.
The only one that I can do is usually the citrus ones if I shake it up a bit. Like, I gotta get rid of some of the bubbles.
Wait.
The carbonation has to go.
Oh, you need it immediately to just burst right out of there?
Well, I've done it where I've like poured it in a glass and stirred it. I'm just like, yeah, I just need the carbonation to die down a little bit.
Oh, it's...
If you shake it and then put it in the fridge and then open it like 2 or 3 hours later.
Is the taste of carbonation still, is there remnants even if it's flat? Because I guess I just don't understand carbonation.
Carbonation is it's literally where you take carbon dioxide and am I saying this right? I might be completely wrong. If I'm completely wrong,
it's carbon monoxide. I think I'm kidding. I know it for sure. It's not carbon monoxide.
I think it's carbon dioxide. So what it does, it just pumps it into the water. That's all. So you know those soda stream machines and like those things, like you can get just straight up carbonated water.
I get it.
So it's just like pumping that into it.
I mean, I know the process of doing it, but it's crazy that you can crack open a cola, wait 10 minutes.
It's not flavoring it.
Yeah, well, it has to be because LaCroix tastes so bad.
LaCroix is getting its flavor from fruit flavors.
I have tasted fruit. There is no LaCroix tasting fruit.
No, it's like carbon dioxide. It's carbonated water with a little tiny droplet of that flavor.
But then, okay, it just also amazes me that you can crack a cola and then 10 minutes later it's still bubbling. How is carbonation being held in liquid? It's crazy.
I can't answer that for you because I don't know the science behind it.
Please, if you are a scientist, I don't care if you are listening to this in 3 years, please let us know how carbonation works.
I'm sure you can easily Google this, James.
I know I could. Where are we at?
Pretty sure I feel like it's the same process as like saturating water with like sugar or something like that.
Corwin,
I don't know.
I would like to say this LaCroix section is gold. This is good.
We've talked about LaCroix for a solid, 15 minutes, maybe. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
They also, you see those little libraries around Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
And they had that in the movie. That's cute. I love those things.
You can settle a debate.
Okay, what's the debate?
Okay. Fudge, what was it? I'm going... No. I needed to know... Let's say the name of a book is Hey Fuckface. Let's just say that's the name of it.
Okay.
Would you put that book into one of those little libraries?
Hey Fuckface?
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably keep that book forever.
Okay, you don't like it. It's a bad book.
Why would I put one of the bad books in the little library?
I'm just based on title.
I don't know if you would do that just because it is a public little thing and children like those.
So maybe you would or wouldn't put it in one of those little things that children could be fishing stuff out of.
I mean, if children fish it out, then obviously if they're fishing it out, they know how to read and all that. And they're like, oh, it's a dirty word. So I don't think it would really matter.
Oh, dang it. Nicole was waiting, I think, on the other side of this because this was a conversation we had. And if you had said, no, don't put that in there, she would have came into this mic and said, no. Let me explain. And then would have taken the mic away and then said, James, I'm cutting the mic from you and implanting it on me.
All right. There was also just a casual masturbation scene in this, so that wasn't
a
little jarring.
Scene, though.
A little snippet.
It was so short that it's like, why was it there? But it's to let you know that women get horny too, guys.
I also loved, so at the soiree, before the soiree, the aunt cooking with her friend and the guy that's like interested in her. I love cooking with people, so seeing scenes in movies like that, especially slice of life movies, I'm like, oh, it's cute. I love it because I love doing that. And that's literally what I did last weekend. So great. Beautiful.
I love cooking with food.
And then in that scene, we had a couple other wonderful things. We had a lesbian mom being like, are you asking if we like dick? To Sid, because Sid was just kind of asking around like, so you liked it and she didn't like it. And then she's like, are you asking if we like dick? And everyone started laughing. Beautiful.
And some people were saying, hey, I love dick too.
And then that's when when they asked Sid what she's into, she goes, everything. So,
I'm into all
beautiful.
of it.
And then we also had, was it Anthony? Was that his name? The one that was interested in the aunt. We had Anthony, we had his mom there at the soiree and talking to her son and the aunt. His mom was just like, oh yeah, I took him on all his dates. Hey, can I take you guys anywhere? And I'm like, that's Wing Mom over there. She's trying to get her son a date.
Yeah, maybe the last wife she didn't approve of.
Maybe. And then the aunt at the end of the thing said the cream cheese things, you want to take them home. And I just want to know what the cream cheese things were. I love cream cheese. Tell me what it was.
They might have been like pinwheels. Do pinwheels
I
have
love pinwheels?
They have cream cheese in them, right?
Yeah, some of them.
Yeah, guys, eat a pinwheel.
Pinwheels are great.
Corwin, you can shut down this premise immediately if you would like. So Sid came to the party dressed in a tux. I said Sid looked like a magician, but then I'm like, no, Sid looks like a ventriloquist. And then I started thinking, how come ventriloquists don't use voice modulators? So like, especially with technology how it is these days, you could set up pedals, like to have echoes or, things like to make your voice turn down low, turned up high. And you could switch that to like a cough button. So as you're pressing it, as you're talking as the puppet or ventriloquist dummy, I apologize to the professionals. All of a sudden, it's sounding like, I will put voice modulation on there. And then you take your hand off when you're not wanting to talk like, and now I'm talking normal. Hey guys, I'm a demon. And now I'm not a demon. I'm going to end this bit because I don't want to keep putting on this voice modulation.
I hated that. Thank you.
Corwin wasn't even paying attention. You want to know what he was doing? He was giving me 2 middle fingers while he was pissing on my jeans.
Your jeans deserved it.
Whoa, Corwin just yes-anded. Shit, guys. He got an upgrade.
So I was also just trying to read my notes, and I don't know what I wrote for most of them because I can't read my own handwriting sometimes. That's fun, especially just writing down in the moment and trying to pay attention to a movie that I haven't seen before. But so Sid went after, their heart-to-heart conversation about different pleasures and joys in life and stuff. Sid went to the aunt's little talk at the end of the week and asked a question at the end and asked because the aunt was like, I can't even tell you how much I enjoy doing things like this soiree and reading and, spending a few hours reading Faulkner or all these things, beautiful things. And then she's like, but I mean, we're just in different places. I cannot describe to you how much joy I get from this stuff. So Sid, later, after realizing what the aunt means, asked at the end of her little lecture thing what her greatest pleasure in life was. And the aunt goes, cake. And I love that.
Hey, guys. I go to Cake. It's the Chicago Alternative Comics Expo. It's good.
That's not cake. Anyway,
I mean, it is
I just
cake.
love food. I love food.
Corwin, you got one more note.
I have no notes, actually.
Nice.
I think Katie going, I get off in 10 minutes if you want to go on for a walk or something. That was weird. Like, didn't they just meet?
Yeah,
I
and
was
then
like,
they hugged and said like, oh, it's nice to see you again. It's been 10 minutes.
And then Sid also really put her aunt on the spot about religion. Like, Sid put her aunt on the spot about a lot of things. Just like straight up like, what?
She was a
What you mean?
teenager.
That was great. Beautiful. I love the writing in this. It felt great. And then she did say, you really think we're going to see my mom again? You really think that? I was like, oh, damn.
Hey, guys, I'm Corwin. I don't have any notes. Here are 3 more.
Here are 3 more.
I got one more. So they're on the rooftop, Katie and Sid. Sid asks, so what are you doing? Like, is this coffee shop the thing you want to do forever? And then Katie goes, oh, I'm just figuring things out.
I don't know what the fuck I want to do.
Oh, no. And then Sid says, well, what do you want to do? And then it's like, well, dude, I'm figuring things out. I don't know what I want to do. I just told you.
And she literally said, I don't know what the fuck I want to do.
Guys, watch this movie. It's real good.
It's real good, y'all. Listen to our rant about LaCroix.
Yeah, it was gold.
It was not like LaCroix.
Corn, stop like getting down here. Okay, please don't do that.
Did I find a noise James doesn't enjoy?
No, it's just when you do, when people do things that are out of character, I think it's weird.
Amazing.
Yeah, hey,
So
Corwin.
this movie was great. And
Yeah.
the plugs that I have, would I recommend this movie? I would. I would
too.
absolutely recommend it. Great. Love that. The plugs I have, Jesus Christ.
Superstar.
We're going to have that showing in Chicago, and I'm maybe going to see it. I don't know. I love the John Legend version. The concert was good.
I don't enjoy Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
Except Love Never Dies. I wish you had seen it. God, I wish you had seen that.
The sequel
it's so
to Phantom.
bonkers
It's
crazy. It's a beautiful spectacle.
If you love
but everything
if you
else,
love crazy, go watch Cats. Just go watch
Oh
Cats.
no, Cats is a fever dream.
So, my plugs, my theater company that I'm in, Saltbox Theater Collective, follow them on Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff. Come see our shows in the future. We'll have more. I promise. We'll have more. And follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that at Corwinning. It's my name with ING at the end. And then follow us on the podcast Twitter and Instagram at This Movie's Gay. Those are my plugs.
Hey guys, listen to my other podcasts. Every Monday, you already listened to it. This Movie's Gay. What the Hellmouth? That's every single Tuesday with TC and Anissa. We're kind of talking about Buffy, but you better believe before the recording, we're watching it. Every single Wednesday, we got Hit It and Crit It. It's an evil D&D campaign where we are taking over the world instead of trying to save it. And every single Thursday, you've heard her on the podcast before as one guest and then short outbursts of rage sometimes. My betrothed Nicole, every single Thursday, mostly speaking Sentai, which Corwin's been on a couple times. Please listen to those episodes.
They're very fun. I'm a fun person.
Yeah, you can find information about those podcasts or just search them right here wherever you're listening to this podcast. Go to mlmpod.com. Also listen to my rap music, which you can download all of my 7 or so CDs for free on mlmpod.com. Links in the description. I've been James.
I just want to point out that James didn't deny that I said I was a person. Ha ha! Not a robot this time. I've been Corwin.
Bye-bye. Why?
God.
I was crying.
Never do that again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/mlmpod and sign up today.